Dirty Teacher is a Lifetime movie about the pressure kids face today to get into a good college, and that banging your hot psycho teacher to help improve your grades isn't always the brightest idea. We start off with our main character, Jamie, saying goodbye to her teacher who is leaving school to have a baby. Her replacement arrives and gets a tour of the school, and wastes no time setting her sights on one of the students on the baseball team. Jamie goes home and is told by her mom that they can't afford to send her to college because her dad has been out of work and they had to borrow money from her college fund to pay for the mortgage. But her dad doesn't seem too worried about any of that, considering it's the middle of the afternoon and he's at home playing online poker. Jamie goes over to her boyfriend Danny's house to make out. He tries to engage her in sex, but she tells him that she's not ready. His mom, who looks exactly like Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank, walks in on them and Jamie leaves. Danny's mom tells him that he needs to focus on his grades so he can get into Stanford and spend less time with his girlfriend. The new teacher prepares for her first day of class and checks her appearance in a mirror, which initiates this flashback.
No wonder your real mama didn't want you.
That's a lie.
No, it's not.
Don't say that, Mommy.
No, I am not your mommy. She's dead.
No, be
dead.
quiet.
Who'd want a sad, ugly freak like you?
Shut up!
Good God. Danny turns in his pop quiz and is told by the teacher to meet her after school for extra help because she wants him to maintain a good GPA so he can stay on the baseball team. He agrees, not finding it weird that a substitute teacher on her first day cares this much. They meet after school, and the teacher tells Danny that she's available to help him on his upcoming midterm paper and to give her his phone number, which again is not a normal thing for a teacher to do. That night, the teacher texts Danny using a really old-looking messaging app, and Danny replies back with font big enough to read from outer space. At school, Jamie gets a C on her paper and watches the teacher bend down to rub her boyfriend for a job well done on his paper. She stays after class to see what she can do to improve her grade.
My dad's been out of work for over a year, and anyways, I don't want any kind of special treatment. I want to know what I can do.
The teacher tells Jamie, wait a minute, over a year?
My dad's been out of work for over a year.
I assumed her dad was only unemployed for maybe a few months. He should probably be spending less time playing online poker and more time finding a job so he can provide for his family. Anyway, the teacher tells Jamie to write another paper by tomorrow. Jamie tells Danny that she can't celebrate their 1-year anniversary tonight because she has to rewrite her paper. Irritated, he hands her a gift, which she never opens during the movie, and walks off. The teacher rolls up in a car and apologizes for ruining Danny's anniversary plans with Jamie. She then says that she can help cheer him up and to get in the car. At home, Jamie's mom finally confronts her husband.
I cannot keep holding down the fort while you go around feeling sorry for yourself and drinking and racking up the credit card debt.
What do you want me to do?
Get a job? Jamie listens to her parents argue while trying to write her paper. She looks over at a photo of her and Danny, who never seems to take off that shirt. Jamie decides to call him, but he declines it because he's at a Chinese restaurant with their teacher. The teacher casually asks Danny if he was going to have sex with Jamie that night, but he says no. They've never had sex. And I guess this is just normal teacher-student conversation. Jamie calls her friend at a party and asks if Danny is there. She says he was supposed to be there, but he never showed up. The teacher drives Danny back to his car and they almost kiss. The next day at school, Jamie asks Danny where he was last night and he tells her that he went to that party. Jamie instantly knows that he is lying but keeps it to herself. Danny and Jamie go to a party. She says she wants to make up for canceling their anniversary plans, so they go to a bedroom. But when he starts taking off her pants,
I said stop.
Then what the hell did you mean when you said you wanted to make it up to him? Danny leaves and receives a text from the teacher who says she needs help with her car. He goes over to her house to fix her car and invites him in afterwards to wash his hands. Literally, she washes his hands. They start making out and she pops off her shirt. Danny arrives home after plowing his teacher. Jamie shows up, drunk and pissed off, and asks Danny where he has been, but he won't answer and then lets her drive off drunk. What a boyfriend. In school, Jamie sees Danny and the teacher alone in her classroom getting real close, and she knows that they are probably hooking up. She decides to follow him and watches him go into a house. Jamie peeks through the door and witnesses her boyfriend making out with their teacher. After she is spotted, she takes off and is chased home by Danny in his car.
You're making too big a deal out of it.
You're having sex with our teacher!
Danny begs her not to tell anyone. At school, the teacher changes Jamie's grade on her paper from a C to an A, obviously as a bribe because Jamie saw her making out with a student. But Jamie isn't buying it.
If you think this is how you're gonna get away with what you're doing, you're wrong.
Danny apologizes to Jamie and tells her that he is going to end his relationship with the teacher that night. Danny texts the teacher and tells her to meet him at a park. They meet so he can dump her, but she doesn't take the news very well and overreacts by murdering him with her car. The teacher collects a blood sample from his head, steals his phone, drags him aside, and gets the hell out of there. She uses a student directory to find out where Jamie lives and plants a phone in her car and smears some of Danny's blood onto the bumper. She drops another phone into a dumpster and buys a ticket to a movie. The next morning, Danny's mom finds her son not in his bedroom and reports him missing to police. The teacher takes her car to an auto body shop to fix the damage caused by running over Danny like a deer. One of the mechanics is extremely suspicious. Police track down Danny's phone in the dumpster. We know it's his because they start reading his text history.
Text sent at 7:21 p.m. to an unidentified number. Fantastic. Says here to meet me at Bellevue Park.
So whose phone did the teacher plant in Jamie's glove box? Police discover Danny's body at the park and Jesus! Why are there so many people at this crime scene? I counted around 46. I know murder is serious, but what police department has the manpower to send over 40 staff members to one homicide? And out of all these people, only 3 are even concerned about the victim. Like, what the hell are all these people even looking for? Jamie finds out from her mom that Danny was killed. She goes to the police station to answer some questions and is berated by Danny's mom, who accuses her of running over Danny with her car. Jamie tells police all about Danny and the teacher and that he was supposed to be meeting her last night to end their relationship. Police show up to the teacher's house and notice that her car looks fine. They question her about having a relationship with Danny, but she denies everything and says that his girlfriend Jamie has been acting real belligerent lately over her grades. She then provides an alibi by showing them the ticket stub for the movie she attended during the time of Danny's murder. Police get a warrant to search Jamie's house and car. They find the blood on the bumper of her car, even though there's absolutely no damage indicating that she hit something, which a real detective would have immediately observed. Police then find the phone that was planted in the glove box.
Jamie, did you buy a phone?
No, I didn't. That's not mine.
They match it up as the phone Danny was texting on the night of the murder, which the audience knows was the teacher's personal phone that she has been using the entire movie. But it doesn't matter because it was in Jamie's car, so they arrest her. Seriously? They never even investigate whose phone it was. How would it not come back as being owned by the teacher? Did she wipe it completely clean except for that one damning text message? No other texts, emails, apps, social media accounts, nothing? It is completely ridiculous and never really explained by the movie. Jamie gets out on bail after her unemployed dad begged his brother and parents for $50,000 over the phone, but has to be on house arrest until the trial. Jamie's mom goes to see the teacher and accuses her of framing her daughter for Danny's murder. When the teacher leaves, she opens her filing cabinet and snatches the keys to her car. She searches for clues and notices the auto body shop on her GPS. Jamie's mom goes to the auto body shop and learns from the mechanic that the teacher came in the other day with a broken grill, but it was already sent off to a scrapyard. Jamie disregards her court-ordered house arrest and sneaks over to the teacher's house, hoping to elicit a confession on audio. She tells the teacher that she knows she got her grill fixed at the auto body shop and that her family has the damaged one and is giving it to the police, which is a lie. But the teacher isn't falling for it and figures out that she's trying to secretly tape a confession. She attacks Jamie with a knife and is about to stab her, but the detective, who tracked Jamie there because of her ankle monitor, stops her just in time. But instead of cuffing her, he tells her to calm down and then turns his back so that she can hit him in the head with a little shovel. The teacher makes a run for it, but Jamie takes the detective's gun and points it at her until she can be detained. It's just about one of the most boring endings you could possibly write for a movie, considering how much drama has been built up to this moment. The police escort the teacher outside in handcuffs, even though she was already outside 2 seconds ago, so why would she be back inside the house now? And the detectives tell Jamie's family that she confessed to everything. And that's pretty much how this dumb movie ends.
Who cares?